and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman, and this is qualifying ahead of the 2025 Chinese Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then please do get yourself subscribed. I'm live for every single Grand Prix from the Formula 1 World Championship, and we are going to set the grid for the Grand Prix proper tomorrow morning. Please do drop me a like, and because it'll help the channel get noticed, and we're only early into this season, so maybe we can grow a little bit as the season goes on. But if you were in the stream at about 3 o'clock in the morning, it was a bit of a wavy one. I sort of come around a little bit since then. It was a little bit of a wavy one at 3 a.m. I didn't talk much about the sprint race that did occur, but it was a Lewis Hamilton victory for Ferrari in the sprint. Oscar Piastri was second, and Max Verstappen third. My boy Kimi Antonelli was P7, and Lando Norris dropped a bollock and finished 8th. So that's changed the championship standings a little bit. Well, welcome to the stream, Gav, Dougie. Looks like you'll make every stream by the race. Come on in. Hey, there's only one more to go, and that's tomorrow morning, same time as now, 10 to 7 in the morning, Sunday morning for the Grand Prix itself. This is the third out of 4 streams this weekend. And listen, it's not been easy to be here for these two tonight, this morning, but we move. I might have looked a little bit different 10 minutes ago. Gavin Lisa might know. I might not have been dressed like this 10 minutes ago, but you know, you got to keep them two personalities separate. I'm someone else. When I'm somewhere else, I'm someone else. When I'm here, I'm in F1 mode. So I can't mix the two personalities. We're in F1 mode. So deal with it. I can't blur the lines between the real me and the F1 me. But yeah, I should wear it. The thing is, right, I was in a fancy dress costume. Now that's funny when everybody else on the stream in the video call are also in fancy dress, and you're all having drinks and you're all having a laugh. All of a sudden being plonked on your own in the middle of your own channel in a fancy dress costume that has no relevance to Formula 1 whatsoever is all of a sudden a little bit weird and a little bit strange. So I've decided to swerve the strangeness of a fancy dress costume in the middle of an F1 stream at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, and I've gone for more normality. Do with that what you want. If you know, you know. I wasn't dressed like this 10 minutes ago, but we move. So you have to, in life, you have to put lines in place, and that would have crossed the line. But anyway, we're still going. We're still up. We're still gunning strong. Not even a Viking no more. I've been a Viking all night, me. Anyway, listen, I don't know. I'll put it back on. Oh, yeah, right now, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. No chance. Should have kept it on. Yeah, nah, you're all right, mate. You're all right. Listen, once I start doing that, then this whole channel just becomes a joke then, doesn't it? You got to think about that, Gav. Do I want this channel just to become a meme? No. So there you go. Newbie back. That's it, Sean Tan. Never miss it. Hey? Commitment. I've not had a wink of sleep as well. And I had a few bevies to boot. So, that's it, guys. It would have been funny, but then do I want the channel just to be a joke of a channel? Like, nah, I'm here for real F1 opinion, real F1 chat. You know, I'm trying to do legit commentary when it actually matters. So, I don't have a, you know, we keep the free time on a separate driller. Although there was a few minutes where I thought, what am I doing here? Nah, respect. No, a bit quiet again. Oh, I'm a bit quiet again. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, big ups. There we go. How's that? Yeah. No, yeah, I don't know. I think when I go from, I'll take it down a little bit. When I go from StreamYard to this, it puts the volume at like minimum. So yeah. It should be a little bit better now. Yeah, it resets. It resets everything on the mics. It resets the settings because I'm jumping from StreamYard to Streamlabs to StreamYard to Streamlabs. So it's resetting everything every time. So that's what's happening. It's because I'm dipping about. Yeah, I'm on every stream. Tell you what though, that stream that we've been on. Tell you what, it's transformed itself. I hope Dougie finds himself. Hey, Dougie. I hope you're not lost in between streams. I hope you can find yourself back on there because I'll be back on in about an hour. Oh, yeah, the night doesn't finish here. Anyway, let me change headset so I can hear what's going on track. We are about to get a qualifying session underway in about 3 minutes' time. First, I didn't... Exactly, that's it, innit? Do I want to make it just a joke of a thing? That's it, innit? Yeah. Yes, Dougie, bro. You've been invaded by California. Anyway, that's got no relevance to what's going on here. So what are we thinking about the Lewis Hamilton victory then? I'll tell you what, right? The Ferrari pace is a very pleasant surprise for me. I didn't see it coming. I thought they're not going to be in with a shout this year, but I'm very glad that I've been proved very wrong, and maybe Ferrari are in with a good shout. And I tell you what, Hamilton, right? Not only did he win the race, he won that sprint race, comfortably in the end by 6 or 7 seconds. So he's done very, very well. And bring on 2025 now. This is the season is really starts now because we've had proof. McLaren are obviously up there. Mercedes can challenge. Max Verstappen can still challenge. And now Ferrari are in the mix. So, you know, you could be turning up to a Grand Prix venue with 7 drivers in contention. Listen, Lawson's not been able to pull it together yet. But like I said in the earlier stream, I don't think that's anything to do with Lawson and his talent. And I don't think we should judge him at all. I think it's unfair to judge anybody in that second Red Bull at this point. So due to no fault of his own, Lawson is struggling. But if Antonelli's on it, we can have 7 drivers in competitive machinery. That's another reason. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about that. Because they've sort of taken over the game, haven't they? On that. Anyway, I'll talk to you after. But yeah, it's definitely transformed that stream. But anyway, I'm here. In fact, it was a nice little segue as they started to pile in. I was out the back door thinking, all right, well, I'm going live on here anyway in a minute. So anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, we're about to get qualifying underway any second now. So are Ferrari going to continue this pace with Lewis Hamilton? It sounds weird even putting those two figures together. It's still weird to me. Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari. Are they going to continue this? Are McLaren going to clamber themselves back to the top? Because Lando Norris had a bit of a shocker in the sprint. He had a disastrous first lap where he lost about 6 positions and then just got stuck. And was down to 9th for the majority of the sprint race. And then I think within the last half dozen laps or so, he overtook Stroll, got back up to 8th. But that's it. 1 single point for Lando Norris in the sprint earlier on in the middle of the night. Big ups if you were on that one. Viking outfit if Hamilton wins tomorrow. Yeah, but then Viking outfit for when? The thing is, a Viking outfit's funny, right? But it holds absolutely no relevance to an F1 stream, does it? You know, if you know where to find me on a session with Denver and Dougie and Lisa and Beth and Lewis and all the crew. If you know where to find me, then you know where to find me. But we'll keep that separate from this. I think it's probably for the best. But yeah, Q1 is underway. Both Aston Martins out there straight away. Both Saubers and both Williams. If you don't know how qualifying works, split into 3 sessions. Q1, Q2, Q3. In Q1, we get rid of the bottom 5 at the end of this 18-minute session. The slowest 5 drivers will be eliminated. Top 15 go through to Q2, at the end of which Q2 will be a 15-minute session, at the end of which we get rid of 11th through 15th. And then the top 10 go through to Q3, pole position shootout. I'd always like to just explain that a little bit, just in case we have anyone new in the stream, anybody who wouldn't usually be on here, anyone that knows me from football channels like Denver's and Jams's and wouldn't usually watch Formula One. So I always like to, regular viewers will have heard me explain that 82 times, but you just never know who's watching, do you? So there you go. So Liam Lawson's out of the pits. And what can he do with his hands tied behind his back? Always back you. Come on. Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know about the invasion on Twitch, but we're not being invaded here. The thing is, the second I'm sat here as a Viking with Denver there, you there, Jordan there. It's just a joke thing, isn't it? I mean, it's already, listen, it's not serious. It's obviously casual, but I still want to keep it somewhat on topic. Like, even if I go off on rambles and waffling on about stuff, it's still F1 related. If we just turn it into a piss up, then we are doomed for eternity. So Sainz, it looks to be the first man on a flying lap. Are all the graphics updating live? Yeah, Hülkenberg's top. Also, if you haven't up to now, anybody that types a message in live chat will be entered into round 2 of the Viewers' Championship. We've already got at least, I don't know, a dozen people, maybe 15 people in round 2. And it is this year, if you type in any of the streams, you get entered into round 2. So not just for the race, but for any practice, qualifying, sprint, whatever. Any comment in any stream will get you entered into round 2. So we've already got a few people in that. Look at that. Sauber 1-2. Let's have a do. Liam needs to have a better quali. I know, but if you were in the stream at 3 in the morning, long story short, I'm giving Liam Lawson a free pass. I'm not going to criticise him at all. And that might sound like the biggest Liam Lawson fan ever and really biased, but I'm indifferent with Liam Lawson. I've got no, is he fantastic? Is he a flop? I don't know. I've got no big opinion either way on Liam Lawson, but I refuse to criticise him because I've explained it before. I don't think it's on the driver, and I don't think it was ever on Sergio Perez, and I think I'm starting to regret all the criticism that I've given Sergio Perez. I mean, who am I? But anyway, it still feels bad to have been sat here for about 2 years saying, "Oh, Sergio Perez, you're crap. You can't do it. You've folded. How have you still got your seat?" It was never Sergio Perez. I'm starting to wake up to the idea that I'm starting to sort of slowly realise that it doesn't matter who you put as in that other Red Bull, it's going to be a failure. And so I'm not going to criticise Liam Lawson. He can finish 20th all season long, and there's no judgment from me. He's got a free pass. Maybe that's wrong, but that's just the mindset I've got now. My blame is firmly on Red Bull and the rabbit hole that they've gone down. Anyway, Piastri goes quickest, 31.5, at 10th quicker than Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari. Oh, and Doohan did spin. Sorry, I was waffling on about, and I did see him spin. Yeah, Jack Doohan spun in the Alpine. Yeah, no, but he's okay. He survived. Oh, and a replay of Charles Leclerc locking the brake down at, I don't know the numbers of the corners, but down the hairpin. I think we turn 14, turn 15. And tired Doug, he'd been awake nearly 26 hours. I mean, yeah, to be honest. Who's it gets the bonus this time? Well, I've got to figure out first who's in. So that'll be decided at the beginning of the stream at 10:20 on Monday night. Because I can't do it before then because I don't know who's on the wheel yet. Like if I do it now, not everyone's in yet. So the only time I can do that is at the beginning of the actual Viewers' Championship race. So yeah, Lisa, I think after this, I'll have a look what's going on, but it might be time for bed. I'll have a look what's happening. But right, so Russell's gone third, Antonelli's gone fourth. Let's get back to the action. Piastri's gone top, like I did say before. So it's Piastri, Hamilton, Russell, Antonelli. Pierre goes P5, then Ocon, Hülkenberg, Behrman and Leclerc, Bortoletto P10. So the bottom five at the moment have not set a time. So the reason why you've got Norris down, so Norris in 14th downwards have not even set a lap time yet. So that's why, listen, it's due to change. You need to win a race this season. Yeah, I hope you do. I hope you do, Gav. Especially if you're in most of the streams and that. You should do. Law of averages. At some point, Verstappen goes quickest with a purple final sector, a 10th and a half quicker than Oscar Piastri. Max Verstappen in the fight. And what's happened with Kimi Antonelli into the final corner? Has he gone wide? Oh, he's gone wide, dipped a couple of wheels into the gravel, and he's lucky not to spin it there. Wow. That was a close one, Kimi. He's pushing the boundaries. Car number 4, Lando Norris, time deleted, 32 flat, track limits. So Lando Norris had a lap deleted. He could win a race same weekend. Williams win a race. I think there's more chance of you winning a race than Williams. Jesus, you'll be waiting years. I mean, the only way Williams win a race this season is just a massive fluke. Just one of them massive, once every 5 years kind of mad race where half the cars finish and they're not going to, no. But you might win a race because there's no performance with you lot. It's just random. So 1 week you might be fastest, next week slow. So you've got more shot. But Williams winning a race. I mean, Williams finishing top 6 is massive. Like Albon. Just go for top 6. Top 6 is good enough. A podium is outrageous and unbelievable. A win, you're in dreamland. A win. A win means something extreme has happened. And I'm here for it. Listen, if Williams win a race, that means something's happened to Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, and Red Bull. So that means it's probably been a 10 out of 10 race. Here comes Liam Lawson. See, he can't drive it. The understeer out of the final corner. He can't drive it. And I've got absolutely no criticism of that whatsoever. Make of that what you will. I've got absolutely no criticism of Liam Lawson. I'm not interested in how bad he does. It's not his fault in my book, and I'm closed the chapter. Not his fault. Drawing a line under it, close the book, and put the book to one side. And I'm not even... It's just depressing. It's just a career ender. And to be honest, I'm pissed off with Red Bull for doing this to so many drivers now. I'm not happy with it. It's not fair. He's a young upcoming talent, and he's just going to be... His reputation is going to be in the mud through no fault of his own. Through absolutely no fault of his own. Liam Lawson's stock will go from up here to through absolutely no fault of his own. And I don't like it. And I don't like that the majority of F1 fans will think, oh, he's rubbish. Oh, get him out of the car. They should have always put Yuki Tsunoda in. He's rubbish. He was always rubbish. Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, put fucking Tsunoda in then, and he'll be P19. Then what are you going to do? Sack Tsunoda. Oh, get Lindblad in. Get Lindblad in. Tsunoda's rubbish. Get the next one in. He's P20. Then what are you doing? At what point do we all wake up and go, this car is undrivable? At what point do we go, this car is undrivable? It's unacceptable. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. And people be blind and they'll think that Liam Lawson's crap and sack him and get the next one. And I'm drawing a line and I'm saying, you're wrong. Liam Lawson is not crap. And guess what? Sergio Perez wasn't crap. And I was wrong about that. And guess what? Pierre Gasly wasn't crap. And he got sacked. And guess what? Alexander Albon wasn't crap. Guess what's crap? That car. I am not taking any criticism of Liam Lawson, no matter what happens. He will not be judged from me. And millions of F1 fans might be like, oh, they should have put Yuki Tsunoda in. Get rid of Lawson. I'm not having it. They could rotate and put every single one of the other 19 drivers in that second Red Bull, and they're all finishing P20 and last. And I don't care. That's my opinion. And they could go through and they could put Hamilton in, P20, sacked, gone. Right, put Norris in, P20, sacked, gone. Next. Not interested. I might be wrong. And listen, if I'm proved wrong and they put the next driver in and all of a sudden he's up there with Verstappen, I hold my hands up and I go, I was wrong. But I ain't wrong. Nobody else can drive that car. Verstappen has got a unique driving style. He likes his car set up in a particular, an extremely particular way. Red Bull have gone, yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir. Gone for that. And now they're so far down a rabbit hole, they're 6-7 years in to bowing down to Max the God Verstappen, that now it's so customised to him and only him that nobody else can drive it. Anyway, I've made my point. Verstappen's quickest on a 131.4. Piastri, Antonelli's third, 2.5 tenths off. So my opinion will be Lawson does not need to be better. Red Bull need to be better. I'll add it. Is that Kimi 16th? Oh, George Russell. Nah, Antonelli third, bruv. I'm backing the right horse. The track's going to ramp up. Yeah, sorry about that rant, but it's annoying me. It's annoying me because I'm seeing content creators, which is the cringiest little title in the entire world, but I'm seeing other already criticising Liam Lawson. Oh, Red Bull have made a mistake. Anyway. Oh, they should have put Yuki Tsunoda in. Oh, it's too early. Oh, they've chucked him in at the deep end. Oh, they've made the wrong decision. Oh, he's not very good. Oh, he's overrated. Everybody needs to take the blindfold off. Nobody can drive that car. And the thing is, right, this is the crux of it. What do Red Bull do about that? Because at the end of the day, Max is getting the job done because it's so honed for him. Max is still pulling the results out of the hat. Now then, you're into a sticky situation here. Do you compromise the car to help whoever it is in the second car at the moment? Right now it's Liam Lawson. That might change very quickly. Chuck who you want in. Do you start compromising the car, but it might start affecting, Max? Or do you stick with the Verstappen car and everybody else is just put in the bin? Difficult one. It's probably something that they've been mulling over behind the scenes for the past 2 or 3 years, to be honest. And I'm just catching on now. And let me tell you, a lot of people haven't caught on yet. Anyway, back to the bottom 5. Ocon, Gasly, Sainz, Lawson, Doohan. Costume change pro. Yeah, I'm on in. That's how we do. Welcome to the stream. You are the California guys that came on the stream on Twitch about half an hour ago. Big ups to yous. Sorry, I've been on a bit of a rant because long story. Yes, City Clicker, bro. You the boys, innit? From on the Twitch one. Yes, quick costume change. I don't mess about. Anyway, bottom 5. Are you into F1? If you are, you know what to do. I'm live for every single Grand Prix, and I'm a Viking in between. You know the score. Here we go then. Leclerc goes P2, but in the bottom 5 is Ocon, Gasly, Sainz, Lawson and Doohan. And these are the final laps. Tsunoda goes quickest. Yuki Tsunoda has gone fastest of anybody at the end of the session. Not that that matters. It's just all about not being in that bottom 5. Russell goes second then. So the track is ramping up. The track really is ramping up. And that's what you said, Sean. Hadjar's gone quickest. Norris has gone quickest. The times are now tumbling. Sainz goes P8. Bortoletto's now in the bottom 5. Albon goes 6th in the other Williams. These times are going to be tumbling. It is literally going to be about when you cross the line. Gasly goes P15. He's right on the bubble, in danger of being knocked out. Liam Lawson's out. Doohan's out. Ocon has got through. Esteban Ocon through. Behrman out. So that is the confirmed bottom 5 then. Pierre Gasly, P16. Oliver Behrman in the Haas, P17. Jack Doohan in the Alpine, P18. Gabriel Bortoleto, P19 and P20. And last, again, for the second day running, Liam Lawson. Career suicide. Absolute career suicide driving that Red Bull. I tell you what, if I was Liam Lawson, I would almost consider... Listen, I know it makes no sense from an income point of view, and I would almost consider from Liam Lawson's point of view of talking to the management and offering the swap and saying, listen, I will swap with Yuki Tsunoda. I would say to Helmut Marko, I'd say, I'll do the swap. If Yuki wants to swap, Bagsy no swap backs. I would seriously, if I was Liam Lawson, I'd say this might be the big team with the hundreds of millions, but it ain't it. It's career suicide. And I would be, if I was Liam Lawson, I'd say, listen, I'll swap with Yuki if he wants it. I don't care. Write whatever headlines you want. I don't care. This is horrific. This car is undrivable, unattainable. I can't do it. Nobody can do it. Give Yuki a go. If you want to give in fact, I'd be pissed off and say, you want to give Yuki a go? You might all look at me with concerned looks. Oh, it's not going well. I'd say, fuck that. If you want Yuki, give him a go. Let's see what happens. Because I bet Perez is sat at home now in Guadalajara going, yeah. And I bet he's got his slippers on. I bet his chair's way back like this. This is Sergio Perez. Cigar, slippers, feet up, Brev. Feet up going in Guadalajara. Big fat cigar. Oh, yeah. Not easy, is it, Liam? Was never easy. How about that? Loving it. Loving it. Sergio Perez, slippers on, feet up, 50 million in the bank. Yeah, that's what I thought. He'll be sat there in Mexico going, that's exactly what I thought would happen. Nobody's driving that car. Change to Viking. Nah, you're all right, mate. This is an F1 stream. Yeah, I'm going to just do a quick costume change now. Nah, you're all right. We keep the piss up on the piss up channel, and we keep the F1 commentary on the F1 channel. How's about that, boys? I know that's boring. And you've already all clicked off it. I know that's not what you want to hear. But let's keep the two things separate, because the second this becomes fancy dress costume channel is the second I lose all credibility, even though I've been sat back pretending to be Sergio Perez. But I have got a point with that. It is F1 related. Sat here as a Viking might not be F1 related. It might, I might be having a laugh and a joke, but I am making a very serious point about how Liam Lawson cannot drive that car. All of you lot, yeah? What you don't realise is Mike Danger, yeah, Video Game Happy Hour, James Press Start, all of you, what you don't realise is you're in a virtual race on Monday night and none of you will be here to see it. So welcome to the grid, because you've been entered into the round 2 of the Viewers' Championship. You don't know what that is, and by the time it rolls round, you'll have already forgotten about me and my Viking costume and this channel completely, and you'll be living your life. But I'll be racing round a track on iRacing with my sim rig, and your name will be assigned to an AI driver, and I'll be racing round with your name. And that means that your name will be on the standings. I'll have to type out your name now for the entire year on every single result. So that's worth the joke, innit? You don't need to see me as a Viking. You've already won. You've already won, because I'll be typing out your names till Christmas on this channel now. So you're the winner anyway. So welcome to the Viewers' Championship. Let's race. This is it, man. This is it. Hey, if you want, I mean, transfer that to California time. Hey, that's probably not bad in America time. Well, you know, 5:20 p.m. What we saying? Oh, mind you, California's the other side. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, you're way behind. Yeah, no, you might be talking like 2 p.m. or something like that. Anyway, Monday afternoon. Have a look, and your name be in the race. So get in. Jordan Rothwell be in round 2 as well, inadvertently. Hey, at least we got a bit of a grid. Right, anyway, the reason why I've been waffling on is because we're in between sessions. Q2 is about to get underway, and the Red Bull rant is done. The Liam Lawson opinion is been said. I'll try not to keep coming back to it, because once I get my teeth into a subject, I tend to nail that point home until there is no more nail to be hammered. I apologise for that, but I like to make things as crystal clear as I can. I don't want to leave people thinking, I don't know what he really thought about that. You know exactly what I think about that. If I have an opinion, listen, I try and make it as crystal clear as I can, but I'll try not to get sucked into my own vacuum of going down that rabbit hole again. And I'll try and focus more on what's happening on track. But yeah, no, if something upsets me in this game, and if something is exciting in this game, you get the other side. So that's what it's all about, isn't it? Praise Odin. But yeah, no, welcoming, guys. Whoever suggested let's go on Rob's stream and try and get him back in the Viking costume. It's a nice attempt. But I'll be joining. Listen, you don't need to be here. I'll be back with you in about half an hour. So there you go. Excited for Antonelli pole, Rob. You swung me over. Come on, then. Come on, Gav. I don't know if you're winding me up and then you're going to say, nah, I got you. No, honestly, I don't think Antonelli pole, but it's early days. I'd take an Antonelli top 8, to be honest. You know, if he doesn't get through Q2, if he's knocked out here, it's disappointing. But listen, if he's somewhere around this region of the grid, I'll accept that. A 6th, a 7th, and 8th, that's absolutely fine. He's got time. You know, listen, when I'm in war mode and I'm thinking, yeah, come on, and I'm being cocky and arrogant, then I'll be like, yeah, he's winning the championship, he's winning races. But deep down, you've got to understand that I'm clued up. I know how this game works. Realistically, a few points here and there. Let's get embedded in. I take a P8, a P9, a P7. I know that's not exciting and thrilling and headline grabbing, but anything better than that is fantastic. So the debut in Australia was out of this world. To qualify 16th and come through to finish P4, you could probably run that race 100 times in a row over 100 days, and that would be the best result that Antonelli got. You know what I mean? That was a 1 in 100 kind of a situation, I feel like. So I'm not going to count the chickens and go, this is the next world champion. Let's just simmer it down. A nice solid P7 in the sprint earlier on. No, nothing outrageous. No huge mistakes. No 12 million quid's worth of damage. Nice, solid. Getting the mileage in. Getting the experience in. Solid pace. You know, I'm not expecting him to beat Russell off the bat. That'd be outrageous. So let's just keep building. And then, you know, by 2030, let's be having a look. Let's be having a look at World Championships. Nah, let's have a look next year, innit? Let's have a look next year. Williams won't. Yeah, but you got to know what bag you're in. You can't be supporting Williams and then be disappointed when they don't win. You know what I mean? You've got to know what bag you're in. That's like being a Brentford fan and then being disappointed that they don't make Champions League. Like, they were never going to. You know what I mean? You've got to know what bag you're in. And that's no slight on Brentford. They're a solid outfit. But you know, you get what my point. If you're a Williams fan, then you've got to realistic expectations is the phrase I'm looking for. Realistic expectations, Gav. So Piastri goes quickest on a 1:31.2. Here comes Lando Norris, who's purple sector 1 and 2, and slaps Oscar Piastri by 0.4 of a second. Big lap from Lando Norris. Here comes Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari, P6 only. 8.5 off the pace and behind Antonelli at the moment. Was hoping they would win a race this season. No, it's outlandish, that. I mean, they could sneak a podium if it's an absolute madness of a race and you get about 10 DNFs. But win a race is outrageous, Gav. They're in like the 6th fastest car or 5th fastest car. You're not winning a race. And if they do, it's unbelievable, Gav. Yeah, see Liam Lawson being interviewed in the pen, P20 again. I don't want to go down that. I want to hear what he says, actually. The window's really small. Yeah. He's blaming himself. It's just mental torture. It's just mental torture. I'm not happy with this at all. I don't think it's fair. Because it's going to wreck his career. The longer this goes on, the lower and lower and lower his stock goes. The races will tumble by. And by the end of it, he'll be spat out the other end. And nobody will want him in their car anymore. And he'll just fade away. And it's not fair. He'll be spat out the other end, whether it's mid-season or the end of the season. And everyone will think he's crap. No one else will want to hire him. He'll end up going to Formula E. It's just not fair. I don't agree with it at all. I'd be speaking to the management and saying, listen, I'll do a swap with Yuki right now. Let's see. Let's have a look. And if Yuki can do it, I hold my hands up. And if he can't, you need to have a look at yourself. Red Bull need to have a long, hard look at themselves, I think. And the fans need to have a long, hard look at Red Bull instead of criticising Liam. Anyway, I've gone on down that rabbit hole again, haven't I? I dragged myself down there and I can't. Do you think Williams probably have a better chance to win a race next season? Well, yeah, next season's a wild one, Gav, because next season's a full reset of the regulations. So, I mean, I don't know how much you know about like, regulation cycles, but on average, let's say, every about 5 to 7 years, F1 gets a full reset. They either change the engine regulations, which is a massive reset, or they change the aerodynamic regulations, or both. So 2026 is a massive change in the aerodynamic regulations, as well as there are some engine things going on as well. But mainly it's aerodynamic. So basically, throw out the form book. The last time we had a reset was the end of 21 into 2022. It changed. So you've had 22, 3, 4, and 5. So as a block of years. Before that, there was a reset in like 2016 to 17. So in 2017, they went to wider cars. So you had a block from 17, 18, 19, 20 and 21. That was a block of regulation. And so 26 is one of those big resets of throw the form book out and, the bookies will be scratching their head. They won't have a clue. Nobody will have a clue. So you never know. Williams could come out with the fastest car. They could come out with the slowest car. It's all up for grabs. Haas could build a beast. Anybody you want. Obviously, the teams with the bigger budgets and the bigger expertise and the bigger payrolls stand a bit of a better chance. You've more chance of Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren and Mercedes building a faster car. But it has happened in the past where you'll have some underdog that will come out of left field and all of a sudden, bang, now we're fastest for the next 5 years. And so Williams might come out of the blocks and be the team to beat. And all of a sudden, the entire narrative of the sport is turned on its head, upside down, flipped around and spun away. And you just never know. So 2026, impossible to predict from here. So early start or plot twist, Barry, late night. I might still be going, Barry, me old fruit. Yeah. So, yeah. Right, Q2, 2 minutes to go. Let's have a look what's happening. You know what I mean? Focus. Right, let's have a do. I feel like I've been on an absolute, lecture settings. Apologies for this stream. I do realise that I've been on absolute lecture mode. But that's what you're going to get after a night of no sleep. Take this stream with a pinch of salt would be the underlying point that I'd make. But anyway, here we go. It's a McLaren 1-2 at the minute in Q2, but it's all about not being in that bottom 5. So Stroll, Ocon, Hadjar, Alonso, Sainz under pressure. Hulkenberg in the top 10 at the moment in the Sauber. I'm still calling it the Sauber, by the way. It's not technically correct to call it the Sauber, but bollocks to it. It's a Sauber to me. The gaps are super close. It's incredible. Antonelli to Stroll is a 10th. Antonelli to Leclerc. Yeah, it is extremely close. And then Hamilton's a 10th quicker than that. It's extremely competitive. Norris has got 3.5 tenths on the field, but it's incredibly close. Leclerc goes P6 ahead of Hamilton. Right, what are we saying here? Ocon goes P10. 20 seconds to go in the session. Isaac Hadjar goes P4. Isaac Hadjar goes P4. Just in case you didn't hear me the first time. But that's fantastic. He's going to get through, is he not? These racing bulls are quick. Liam Lawson will give you Bagsy no swap backs right now, surely. This racing bull is quick, is it not? Go on, Kimmy. Oh, he's going to get knocked out. Kimmy's going to get knocked out in Q2. Kimmy's going to get knocked out in Q2. Kimmy's going to get knocked out in Q2. It is what it is. It is what it is. Kimmy's going out. He's P9, and that's going to be... He's going to be bumped down. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's the hope that's going to kill me, innit? It's the hope that kills me. Maybe Antonelli will survive this. Maybe Antonelli will survive this. It's all about Ocon and Hülkenberg. Oh, and Hulkenberg's in the pit, so he survived it. Well, that was weird track evolution. Why did the track... So, hang on a minute. On those final flying laps, they weren't improving. Or the understeering too. Oh, yeah, no. It's a scruffy turn 1 and 2 from Kimi Antonelli. I must admit, listen, I'm not completely biased to where the point where I've got a rose to, I'm completely blindfolded to any error he makes. Like, I'm going to be honest about it. And it was a scruffy turn 1 and 2, and he's lucky to get through. To be honest, I thought he was going to be eliminated there. Kimi Antonelli survives through to the pole position shootout, but knocked out then at the end of Q2. Esteban Ocon in the Haas. Nico Hülkenberg. P12 in the Sauber. Fernando Alonso. P13. Lancelot Stroll. P14. And Carlos Smooth Operator Sainz. P15 in the Williams. So what have we got then? One Williams has sneaked through. So good for you, Gav. Albon's through. Antonelli sneaks through as well in P9. The two Ferraris, only 7th and 8th in that qualifying session. But obviously that's not grid position set. Russell, Snow. Racing Bulls through comfortably in the end. Hadjar and Sonoda. Fantastic. Let's go. Sainz having another shocker. Yeah, but you've got to remember, you've got to give him time to adapt to that new car. When someone's changed teams like that, I think you have got to give it a bit of a margin of let's give him 3 or 4 races to sort of know what button to press on the wheel to change the brake bias and things like that. Let him bed in yet. If he's still way off Albon like mid-season, let's have a look. This is not going well. But no, I think you got to give it a few. Bloody hell, they got a full house on there. Gee. Hey, I tell you what, Dougie, that stream's done a full 180, hasn't it? Yeah, I think I don't know if I'll be back for a part 3. It's turned into Drunkard. Oh, wow. Each to their own. Each to their own. Aston Martin not great behind Haas and Sauber. Yeah. But do you know what? They've come as a pair, haven't they? So far this season. Where Alonso is, Stroll's not far behind. And where Stroll, if Stroll beats, I tell you what, right? He's not doing so bad, is he, Lance, really? Because last season, the 2 Aston Martins were like this. You got one up here and one, fair play. Lance is not making an absolute embarrassment of himself, is he? Which is more than can be said for him the last sort of couple of years at least. Yeah. Just snuck in. So yeah, Albon through. So this is your top 10 that are about to fight for pole position in round 2 of the 2025 championship. I tell you what, that raid, who was it? Who was part of that little Video game happy hour. City Slicker spelt with an S instead of a... sorry, City Clicker with an S instead of a C. Mike Danger. James press start. Yeah. They've all inadvertently slung themselves into... I'll be typing their names out now till December. It is what it is, isn't it? I'll never see him again. Aston Martin right now focusing on a more drivable and stable car for both. This is a sensible thing to do. Consider where they end the season. I knew this was going to be the pace start of the season. Yeah, and it's a sensible thing to do. You know, well, you go all out in a radical new concept, or are you going to be sensible about it, make the car a little bit more drivable, and look to the 2026 regulations as a fresh start. Adrian Newey now setting up his office. Am I right in hearing that Adrian Newey's setting up so that he sleeps at the factory? Or is that some exaggeration headline grabbing rubbish? Or is Adrian Newey utterly committed to the cause to the point where he's going to sleep over at the factory? Now that is going the extra mile. I wouldn't be surprised. Committed to the cause. Are we back to normal time for round 3? No. Round 4. Round 4. But I knew coming into the season that most people are going to miss the first 3 races, and I was pissed off, and then I got over it. But yeah, when I first saw the schedule, I was like, the first 3 races are dead. Yeah, no, it's Japan in a couple of weeks, which is, it might be an hour earlier than this. Such is life. And then round 4, maybe we start getting a few more people in, because that's when I think round 4 is Bahrain, round 5 Saudi Arabia. So we're into the Middle East, and then obviously then the races will be mid-afternoon, so yeah, it's round 4. So we've got this one and another early morning in Japan in a couple of weeks, and then we can wake up at normal times and hopefully get a few more people in. That's the plan. If not, I carry on anyway. But if we do, that's great. So yeah, one more like this, Gav. So care morning. More important, crucial year for them to see if they can show signs of progress. As the season went on, also apply the right form in the 2026 car. Yeah, so I did prepare for Newey to sleep, which is crazy. Yeah, the guy loves to compete. Exactly. No, it's not surprising in a way. He's utterly committed to the project. They set him up a bunk bed. Let's go. Oh, God. Oh, apologies for yawning. It's been a long night. 10 minutes then. Here we go then. Q3, the pole position shootout is upon us. Both Racing Bulls are in it. Both McLarens, both Mercedes, both Ferraris, 1 Red Bull and 1 Williams. Let's have a look. I want an Isaac Hadjar pole. The dream scenario for me is an Antonelli Hadjar 1-2 here. What odds are William Hill giving me on that? I get 1,000 to 1. I'll have 1,000 to 1 on an Antonelli Hadjar 1-2 here for the Chinese. Imagine. Oh. What we're going to get It's probably a Norris Piastri 1-2. It is what it is. Right, let's have a do. We're watching Max Verstappen on a flyer. He's purple sector 1. Round the long corner onto the back straight. I don't know the corner numbers. It's a nightmare. Is that turn 13, turn 14? I maybe should have had a look. Down into the hairpin comes Max Verstappen, then heading to the final corner. He's gone purple middle sector as Max, and across the line goes fastest. Well, of course he does, because he's first one across the line. Oh, Antonelli's wide in the gravel. You got one more chance, Kimi. You got one more chance. Yeah, the world and his wife's going to slot in between Verstappen and Antonelli there. Yeah, Russell's just on a warm-up lap. Piastri, purple sector 1 and 2. Hadjar and Tsunoda go second and third. Half a second off the point. Half a second off the pace. Here comes Piastri. And beats Verstappen by 0.2 of a second. It's Piastri on provisional pole for now. And that's 3 Ps. There you go. Hamilton crossed the line, goes third. So it's Piastri, Verstappen, Hamilton, top 3 at the moment. Here comes Charles Herve, Percival Leclerc. Round the final corner and across the line. Leclerc goes P4. Okay, not bad. 2/10, 3/10 off the pace. Here comes Lando Norris and goes second. 9/100 of a second off his pace. Off his teammates' pace. Oscar Piastri with 7 minutes to go is your man on pole. Norris second, Verstappen third, then Hamilton, Leclerc, Hadjar, Tsunoda, Antonelli, Albon and Russell, who is yet to set a representative lap time. But here he comes around the final corner then. Well, around the final hairpin. 32.7 seconds off the pace is George Russell. Wasn't the best lap of his life. No, there he goes. There you go. P5. Yeah, Antonelli with the big mistake coming out the final corner, dipping 2 wheels into the gravel and needs a clean lap in the final doings of Q3. Honestly, the other question, will Hadjar out-qualify Tsunoda? Ooh, it's going to be close. Why not? Why not? We'd stick £2 on that bet. Yeah. Would you now? Would you now with 5.5 minutes to go? Keep your £2. Keep your £2, Gaviscon. Sorry, I called you Gaviscon once, and it, in my head, it's quite catchy. Bloody hell. Crafty, City Slicker, GBM, James Wonder, and a full taking over game. Wow. It's only a bit of a laugh anyway, isn't it? Oh, Antonelli's lap time's been deleted just to add insult to injury. Oh, Antonelli under pressure to get a lap in then. But look at the gap between Leclerc and Hadjar. You can slot into that. I back Antonelli for a P7 then. Anything better than a P7, fantastic. Anything worse than a P7, and really? Do you know what I mean? I think Antonelli gets a clean lap in, P7. yeah, I'll shake your hand and see you tomorrow. So we're in that lull now. We're in the lull whilst everyone goes back in the pits. They sort out the fuel load, put the fresh tyres on and go for one more run in about a minute's time. In about a minute's time, they'll all be piling out the pits. Or filing out the pits. I could have gone with either. Do 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 do. Max Verstappen. Do 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 do. Eh? So Verstappen, unsafe release. Is he going to get a grid penalty for this? Verstappen has been launched into the path of the Racing Bulls in the pit lane. Luckily, no contact, but from what Ted Kravitz was saying, it must have been extremely close. Here we go for a replay. Yeah, no, it's not Max Verstappen's fault at all. It's Hadjar who's been released into the path of Max Verstappen. So it's Isaac Hadjar's mechanics who've got to, or whoever makes that decision for the driver to leave the garage. Any rain forecast for tomorrow's race? Not that I know of, because I've not heard it mentioned. And I feel like if there was any 1% chance of rain, it'd have been mentioned. So I assume not. Because I've not heard anything about any rain. So let's assume dry race. So see you for round 3. Nah, come back anyway. Nah, it should be good anyway. I think we're in for a good season, especially if certain cars are suited to certain tracks and the form book kind of moves around circuit to circuit. Ferrari nowhere, then they win. You know, maybe we turn up in Japan and Mercedes are fastest. Who knows? We shall see. Yeah, for now it's dry, but the weather keeps changing for tomorrow. Ooh, Sean Tan. Adding the uncertainty. I like it. Sean Tan's not convinced, are you? You never know, though. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. This is the real fight now for pole position. We've done the waffling. We've done the talking. Now it gets real. Now, these are the laps that really make or break a weekend. Verstappen, purple, sector 1, going for pole position for the Chinese Grand Prix. We've done with all the sprint qualifying, sprint race. These are the laps that really matter now for the Grand Prix itself. Ooh, it's not even a personal best in the middle sector from Verstappen. Hadjar, personal best, sector 1 and 2. Go on. I want to see a Racing Bull in the top 4. That'd do me. Go on, a Racing Bull in the top 4. Let's have it. That Racing Bull looks quick and quite easy to drive compared to... Right, here we go then. Verstappen slightly wide out the final corner. Sure, it's not the ideal line. Verstappen can't improve. 20 seconds to go. These are the critical laps. Hadjar improves to 7th. Come on, Kimi. Oh, and Norris pits then. So Norris has given up on pole position. Norris is aborted. He's pulled the parachute. No, Norris is aborted. Here comes Hamilton across the line. Only 4th at best. 4th at best for Lewis Hamilton. So he might have got sprint pole, but he's not going to get a full race pole. But Oscar Piastri improves. Oscar Piastri is going to be on pole position, is he not, for the Chinese Grand Prix? Somebody message developer. But listen, we can't. The fat lady's not singing yet. It's not all said and done for. Leclerc only P6. They think it's all over. It is now. George Russell's on personal best though, so where can he slot in? P2! George Russell splits the McLarens. What a lap! What a lap! Mercedes are in this. Is Antonelli on a lap or no? Or that's it? No, P8. Is that it? George Russell has just absolutely catapulted himself into P2 on the grid. Hey, big ups to George Russell. Antonelli's in the pit, so it is game over. Antonelli P8. It's not the stuff of dreams, but it's not a disastrous P19, is it? It'll do for now. He could have done with beating Isaac Hadjar really in a racing bull, but he might come through in the race. But congratulations to Oscar Piastri, who takes pole position by 82/100ths of a second. It's very competitive at the front. Oscar Piastri on pole. George Russell on the front row. Another surprise. Lando Norris P3. Max Verstappen P4. Then the two Ferraris, only 5th and 6th, despite Hamilton dominating the sprint race earlier today. Work that one out. Hadjar beats Antonelli. Hadjar in the Racing Bull P7. Antonelli P8, Tsunoda P9, and Alex Albon rounds out the top 10. But that's about it. If you can't tell, I'm absolutely shattered. I've gone straight through. Because it was the stream at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you missed it, I was live. So what am I going to do? Sleep for an hour and a half, wake up, sleep for another hour and a half, wake up. So there you go. That is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, thank you all for being in the stream. I will be back for the Grand Prix itself, same time as this stream, 6:50 a.m. UK time, that is, so 10 to 7 in the morning UK time. Adjust that for your time zone. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Another unexpected result from another F1 session in 2025. I don't know, Gav. I don't know anybody on that stream. I only recognise Denver. I don't know. It's been overtaken. Anyway, I'll have a look. See who's about. But thank you all for being in the stream. I'll be back in 24 hours' time for the Chinese Grand Prix, where Oscar Piastri will start from pole position. Every session's different in 2025. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out. And thank you for bearing with me. It's not been on top form, but thank you for bearing with. And catch you for the main event. See you tomorrow.